So after making our way through all of the first 8 worlds and getting shiny gold on all of them, we're finally on World 9. This is the secret world, the Cloud World. And this world has really cool themes. So there's 9 levels, and the first 8 are actually themed off of the first 8 worlds. So this is 9-1, and it's kind of like the jungle-themed level in this world. So there's this really cute mechanic where now you get to kind of replay through a hard version of each of the world's levels. Now, the one thing I will say here in this world as a whole is that the time trial constraints seem less tight compared to the rest of the game. So when I was doing the time trials in a lot of the other worlds, I had to do a lot of runs. Surprisingly, for a lot of the levels in this world, it just kind of happened pretty quickly. I mean, and you'll see as I play through these levels that I'm pretty sloppy, large in part. I like to do that frog jump there to get onto the little springy flowers as quick as possible. You can boost through the big plant there. And then you'll shoot through here as quickly as you can. And then you can actually kind of skip over these sections by just roll jumping and using Diddy Kong to use his little jetpack to get you to the barrels. And then the finished barrel is right there. Not too bad for 9-1. And that level is called Crushin Columns. So as we move to 9-2, this is going to be the beach-themed level from World 9. This level is called Gushin Geysers. I think this level was definitely trickier than 9-1, but still not too bad. You can do these little rolls as you get into the geysers, and they'll push you up, and you'll carry your horizontal momentum as well, so it's pretty quick. And you want to keep that vertical height, right, as you move through some of these sections, so that's always important. I even got pretty lucky there, to be honest with you. And I'm just damage boosting through most of it if I can. Just take the damage from the shark there. And you can land on that lower section, the slab, instead of going all the way up to where the wood is. And that'll be 9-2, Gushin Geysers. And like I said, like, the time constraints for a lot of these levels don't seem as tight as the rest of the game. Like, I was 6 or 7 seconds under gold there. I feel like other worlds would have had it be like 12 or 13 seconds under. This is 9-3, it's called Spiky Surprise. There are a few little strategies you can use here on this level to basically try to skip over things as much as you can. So like here, you're going to roll under the little firebird. And then once you get here, you're just trying to cut your jumps as short as possible. Get just high enough to land on the next platform, but not any higher than that. You can roll jump here to go pretty quickly, and this is where you get chased. There's a few little techniques here. I like to bounce off of this bird and then jetpack, and then you can roll there. And then the little cannon sections, you just want to go as quickly as you can. Get everything on the first cycle. And importantly, you don't have to ground pound the buttons to activate them. You just have to land on them. So you can land and then just run away. And then you fire into that finishing barrel as quickly as you can. And that's it for 9-3, Spiky Surprise. That's the Ruins themed level. So next up is 9-4. This will be named or themed after the cave world. This is Mischievous Moles. So there's going to be a minecart element here. And this minecart level, kind of surprisingly, does have some pretty tight jumps. You always got to worry about these little moles. They're going to be throwing bombs at you, and there's bats. It is a tad annoying. But roll when you can. And again, like most of the other minecart levels, you just have to do a few of the sections really quickly. Although the jumps on the minecarts here are so tight that there's actually a pretty significant risk of just dying as you try to complete those sections. Like, I found you had to jump pretty close to, like, right where the edge was to be able to get the distance that you needed on the minecarts in this level. And again, the moles are going to be tossing bombs, but you're just going to move quickly. Roll, jump, roll, jump. I died a ton of times at the end there with all those bats trying to go really fast, but I found that if you do the rest of the level fast enough, you can actually take your time a little bit there and be safe. 9-5 is Topsy Turvy. This is the World 9 level that's themed after Forest. This is one of the tougher levels for time trials in this World 9. I had to do this one a lot. Jumping on these birds here, super important. A lot of times when I was trying it, I was waiting for the platform so that I could kind of roll jump off of them, but using the birds is just a lot quicker. This section's tough. Like, the platforms never seem to be timed up the same on, like, consecutive tries. You just kind of have to have a feel for when they're going to move. Yeah, I screwed that up there. See, so when you take damage, you can't actually land and jump again fast enough before the platform flips again. You can roll through those spiders. I was able to bounce off of that spider once and get immediately up on the platforms, but I wasn't able to do it consistently at all. Apparently I didn't need to. Here, the little spiders will help you. You don't have to wait for those platforms at all. You can just jump on the little spiders. And then here, I was not able to find a way to make it go more fast. You basically just have to get here early enough to catch it on a cycle that allows you to finish the level fast enough. So it's more about doing the rest of the level really fast rather than doing that section really fast. Next up is 9-6. This is Tarball Fall. This is the cliff-themed level from World 9. So you got all this tar falling from the ceiling. The idea is that if it hits you, you're going to like fall into your death, like into spikes or into a hole or something. So you're really just trying to avoid getting hit by those at all costs. There are these sections in this level where you're kind of riding these platforms, and so you can't speed those up too much. And again, the time constraints aren't so horrible where you have to like be blazing fast through the whole thing. I mean, you can see me pausing at different points to try to make sure I can do a safe jump rather than the fastest jump possible, because you don't have to do it. And again, with these riding sections, you are going to want to jump off as quickly as you can and carry that momentum. And then when you get to this end section here, I haven't found any ways to make it more quick, so you just do it safe. As soon as you land, those little balloon platforms will rise up. You can see I almost screwed up there. I got hit by the tar, but I landed just on the edge of the next platform. And I was just able to get that shiny gold medal here on 9-6 Tarball Fall. 9-7 is Robo Factory. This is the factory-themed level in World 9. And again, not too bad. It's a long level, so it's a tad annoying to have to like restart and do over and over again. But again, you can see that I'm not playing super clean, and everything's just kind of okay. I mean, you definitely do have to do some sections really fast, but I mean, you can see here, I didn't do that section crazy fast. I mean, one of the important things is to pound down these little golden DK platforms as quickly as you can. If that means taking some extra damage, then that means taking some extra damage. Alright, so damage boosting through the little electric guys. Blasting out of those barrels as quickly as possible. And again, I took damage there purposefully, just so I could pound that little DK platform down as quickly as possible. And you'll notice here, I actually die. I was going to restart the level, but I was so close to a checkpoint that I was like, well, maybe I can still go fast enough to get the shiny gold. And it ends up working out. I mean, when I say that the time constraints on the shiny gold in a lot of the World 9 levels is not that bad, it's really not. I mean, I had a death there. That would have been completely unacceptable in any of the other worlds. And still, taking a ton of damage. And then here, you just want to pound that down. You don't really have to kill the enemy. I prefer to take the damage instead of wasting the time hitting him 3 times. And so you can see, even with a death, I was able to go fast enough here on Robo Factory to get the shiny gold. So I might have been able to do a 155 or a 156 had I not died. 9-8 is Lavawheel Volcano. This level is actually pretty hard, but somehow it becomes a little easier when you're going really fast. Like, when I played this level normally, I was like, oh, this one's really tough. But, like, again, somehow when you're going quickly, you're just hitting through all of the obstacles and difficulties so fast that I don't think it even has time to become difficult. And you can do some waiting here. You don't have to damage boost through any of that. And the goal here is to land as quickly as possible on the platform so that the wheel can start rotating here. And you get out of there quickly. And I'm trying to save Diddy Kong here because he really does help you go a lot faster right at the end. So now usually if you land on that platform, everything will start rotating and you have to kind of wait a little while so you can catch up to the barrel. But if you do a Diddy Kong roll off the edge and then jump right up to the finishing barrel, you can do it. And so now we're on the last level. This is 9-9, Golden Temple. And while I did say that a lot of the levels in this world weren't too bad for the time trials, this level actually is really hard. It took me a lot of tries. I'm sure there's tons of strategies to get through this quickly. This is just what worked for me. But there is one really important part at the end that I think you do have to do to be able to get the shiny gold. I like to take damage there, but you probably right here. So if you go under the strawberry with a roll and then you jump up onto the half banana, that's super important to go quickly here. And then as long as you get to this part here, you just fire as quickly as you can. And if you got there quick enough, you'll be fast enough to get that shiny gold. And that's that. That's the last level of World 9. That's the last level in the game for all of the shiny gold medals. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe because it helps a ton, and I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Until next time.